Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready to go for the manufacturer series of the 2021 Exhibition Series Season 1 on Gran Turismo Sport. So right now, we are at the first round to be taking place on Autodromo De Interlagos for 20 laps, and we are going in to take on the Group 3 category for today. So this is going to be quite very good out there. To take 5-point race entries will be available by the time. So I hope this one might get prepared to do some more practice before we will join in session. Choose a single car brand to be taking part for this event. So right now, I'll be taking part in Team Chevy for the Corvette C7 Group 3. We'll be ready to roll. Balance of performance regulations will be setting up automatically to be taking on the power and weight, but the tires will be required according to the race details. So this one might have to take a good guess because we're about to be using 3 compound tires all at once. So let's get it on and get ready to roll for having a nice good competition race for every 6 rounds in one series. So before enjoy watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the first round of the manufacturer series, and let's begin. Welcome to the FIA Gran Turismo Championship of the Manufacturer Series 2021 Exhibition Series Season 1. Let's get ready to get started and let's have some drivers. First place driver is PTY Manuel in the Subaru WRX Group 3, and here's PTY Mario C in the Mercedes-Benz AMG in second place. Peralta Ora in third place in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3. And here's Whiteside Drive in fourth place in the Ford Mustang Group 3. Enya Ari 69 in fifth place in the Lexus RCF GT3 2017. GTA RG _ Koto in sixth place in the Porsche 911 RSR. And here's Back Row to Pili in seventh place in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R. UR Grandpa's CXCK in 8th place in the Jaguar F-Type, and here's James JAB68 in the Nissan GTR. Here's myself in 10th place for the UDRS In-Sport Tech, the Chevy Corvette, and here's Burnt Mexican 215 in the McLaren 650S GT3. Cayenne Films in the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3 is now ready to take 12th place, and here's Techhead 83 in the Porsche 911 RSR. The 14th place driver is Race Car 115 in the Chevy Corvette C7, and here's Bar GT Nito G56 in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 Concept in 15th place, and here's Damien in the Aston Martin DBR9, and here's the 17th place driver in the Jaguar F-Type, and here's Hot Racer 8 in the Subaru WRX Group 3. And the last place driver is RF4417 in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1. So this is going to be a most excited different opportunity out there, folks. The update might have some different regions will be taking part in the competition race. So let's cue the rolling starts. So I hope this is going to be much perfect to be racing in Americas. Other parts of regions like Europe, Africa, and Middle East, and also especially Asia and Pacific, and also Australian. So here we go. Looks like the race will begin. So this might have to go underway to taking part of the first round in the manufacturer series of the 2021 Exhibition Series, and we are going underway. First turn will be going in slowly, and looks like this is going to be going a little bit close call for the Nissan GTR to try to keep it well indoor. Recovery makes the right call to be one piece. So this will take UDRS will go proceed forward to take 9th place. But that might have to going in at Sector 2 after leaving Sector 1. going in onto the blind corner, and looks like 7th place driver just barely going on for the blind corner. And oh man, it looks like this is going to get a little bit of contact out there. Lexus just almost barely took a single hit and losing up on its own control. UR Grandpa CXCK in the Jaguar F-Type is going forward to take the hairpins to be going forward. But that will might take some formation out there, so keep it nice and steady. But this is going to get a lot of more motivation out there to see it. Very good. Take hairpin number 3. We'll be going smoothly in, but this is going to get a little bit more crowded out there. Come on, this is going to get a lot of good racing action to see it. And now we're about to be going in to take sector 3. Take that hard left at the final corner. So this is going to be pretty brilliant out there whenever we can probably see some Brazilian racers who can probably master the track. Every different regions could probably take part, but that might take some good racing skills. We'll be taking action. So now the first lap, we'll be moving on towards lap number 2, and we're about to go on. So this is going to be the best place to be racing in on for the first round. So let's see some good progress, ladies and gentlemen. This race might kick things up a notch to be racing in America's region. Several GT players just took part in different regions like Europe, Africa, and Middle Eastern, and also especially for Asian, Pacific, and Australians could probably have to do the other parts. So this might take some different regions to be divided into 3. Just gonna have to going forward, so that might take my best opportunity to be going in to take the next turn. Gonna have to get closer to the Jaguar to be in 7th place. Coming right back at the hairpins. Keep it nice and slow and use the radar just in case. Just stay on track. Just gonna get much closer to reach up onto back road to Billy in a Dodge Viper. That should do it. So, looks like this is gonna be quite brilliant to take part in the first race in the Manufacturer Series in the 2021 year. 2020 is very much busy for all of us, so I hope we can probably have to keep on racing to continue on, since I've been skipped from the 2 seasons in the 2020-21 Exhibition Series from the first season and the second season. But I just already took 3 events because according to the days of having a membership plus on the PlayStation subscription, so maybe this might have to get back in action for me. So this might do some more skills, will increase the driver rating, and better have to take a good racing sportsmanship, we'll have to take some fine skills. So now going forward to take lap number 3, gets a little bit more rush in to see how Cayenne Films in the Mercedes-Benz is now going in to take 7th place. The Jaguar is now going forward to take the blind corner to be at 6th place, but that might take plenty more speed to catch up for the 7th through 9th place driver. That might take the hot pursuit chase, and oh man, that was a pretty close call out there. That might take a little bit contact, otherwise that might have a result of a penalty. Just come on fellas, this might have a good clean race. Just try to take a good motivation out there. There you go, just gonna have to stay on the inside at the 2nd hairpin. Going right back at the 3rd hairpin to pull the brake. That should do it. Looks like this is going to be a pretty good battle. Back road to Billy is now going to have to step it up a notch. The Dodge Viper could probably have to keep going in to overtake Mercedes-Benz in 7th place. Sector 3 at the final corner, but that might bring Jaguar to be going forward to take 5th place. So it looks like this might have race car 115 to take the fastest lap time for only 1 minute and 32.819 seconds. This is going to be quite good out there to have an update for a different driver to take the fastest lap. So it looks like Whiteside Drive is now taking the best run for only 1 minute and 32.654 seconds. So the first lap is also just meant to be clear. So I mean, hold on, looks like this might have Chevy to be taking the recovery at the 3rd corner. So gonna have to make one passing overtake to proceed forward to catch up to the rest of the drivers. Going in to leave Sector 1, coming right back in at Sector 2. Lineup information for the 5th through 7th place drivers. But I bet back row to Billy is still trying to keep up. But this is going to be good to see how they will might have to go on for the struggle pace. So let's check on to the top 3 drivers out there. These 2 players are very good to see how they can do it as a team. PTY Manuel and Jamario C is now going in to take first and second place. I bet this is going to be a pretty good different region to be taking part for the first round of the Manufacturer Series. But this is going to be a subdivision for the as the Nations Cup. So this wheel might be doing brilliant to see how everybody could probably have to take on with some different car brands to do some much valuable supports. So 2 drivers are now going in to take the full straightaway to proceed forward onto the next lap. PTY Manuel is now going in to take lap number 5, followed by its own partner to be in the same lap. This is going to get a little bit more risky. Going in after taking the side-by-side and pull the brake, 2 Chevy Corvettes will dive in at the first turn. So it looks like that we might have the Canadian driver to be going in at turn 2. But wait, this is going to be having race car 115 to be going in. 3's the crowd and Corvette's the same. This is going to be having a different livery out there, ladies and gentlemen. Race car 115 will be forced to slow down by crossing the penalty line and go straight up onto sector 2. How proud to see that American livery to be challenging a UDRS livery. But I hope it does, because luckily I just recently saved 2 replays by taking an event segment, so only the replay by the highlights, so this wheel might have to take a good look after this. But so far, just gonna have to go right back in onto the hairpin sections. This is gonna get a lot of more inside formation. We'll have to step up the pace. Just gonna go in at hairpin number 3 to catch up onto Brian Aura in the Chevy Corvette to reach up onto back row to Philly in the Dodge Viper. But this is going to be going well out there for race car 115. But UDRS will make it stand, and hold on, looks like this is going to get a little bit more trouble contact here. Better avoid the penalty, race car 115. Do the right thing for UDRS to make things fair. Maybe not. Once again, a 0.5 seconds just barely went detected. But probably this is going to have to take a check on the instant replay. But this is going to might need to be very much respectful for the competition race. But no offense, but I kind of like his livery, by the way. Race car 115 did pretty good job to have a nice, good, proud American Corvette. But with all much due respect to see how his design could probably do perfectly for the motivation. But anyway, we're just going to have to go back in action. Just going to step in at sector 2 to take the flying corner at the left. Staying on the apex. Going to have to do a slipstream. But this is going to be dropped down onto 8th place. But somehow, the soft racing compound tires is going to be a little bit depleted quickly as possible. This is going to be the only best time going into the pits. That wheel might be going perfectly as planned to take on for some required tires to avoid a 1-minute penalty. I bet it will might come in handy. So every strategy will might have to try to do the best ways to stay on to the same current position. Otherwise, it will might go down to a different position to be down to last place. Just gonna go right in onto sector 3. Race car 115 is going in to take the chase onto her Iron Aura. But that one might have first ever drivers will be staying on for the pit stop. And there goes for UDRS. Will might have to do the same. So your Grandpa's CXCK and GTA RG Koto is now going into the same position. So this will might have some tire compound requirements will be needed, folks. Every time from last season, always going to be respectful for the same directions to keep it touched. Have my crew switched up the tires and get some fuel will be stacking up. Coming in onto the last minute, back row to Philly is in 3rd place to catch up onto PTY Manuel, and J Mario C is now going closer, but this will might have far gap distance to see how back wheel to Philly could probably take on with two drivers in the same PTY album. But looks like it's almost to be quite very similar to be as a clan name, but this will might give a good welcome to have two players who can probably keep it up by doing the best role of a teamwork. Valuable players makes a good partner ways to take on for the manufacturer series, but this is going to be quite good to see how different players in the same title name on it. But maybe back in the season that it was quite doing good on Dragon Trail Seaside, but only in reverse, because it is going to be quite amazing to see two drivers can work together as a team. But only for PTY, Manuel, and J Marios are now going to be a pretty good, remarkable partner players who can probably have to work together as a team. Two PTY players are now in the pits, so this is going to be having back row to Philly is now in the lead, followed by race car 115 in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3, and that we might have another Chevy Corvette. The Canadian driver, Hyperion Aura, is now in third place. Everybody is still trying to catch up, but luckily, maybe this will might take last place for UDRS. Will might figure it out to do something. Just gonna have to take a massive overtake while several drivers are in the pits, going in onto 14th place. But this is going to get a little bit more random chance that every drivers are about to be going down onto the pit exit. Just going to have to go fast and quick, but this is going to take a while. So we're on the 8th lap and we're about to be going closer to reach that for only 12 more to go. Everybody is still actually trying to keep it up, but it's going to get a little bit more steady grip to be dealing with the blind corner to avoid the penalty. They already know the corner, but they can probably have to take some skills of strategy when several players will be coming in close by. Now, this is going to get a little bit more blind corners to be taking on for the small hairpins. Double times the charm and save it for the 3. That should do it. So it looks like first two drivers are now in the pits. Burnt Mexican 215 in the McLaren 650S GT3 is now in third place, followed by the second place driver is currently to be in the silver position. Back row to Philly still takes the lead, but I hope two drivers could probably come back at any time, so this is going to be giving the one best sparring role to do some fine teamwork out there. Wherever they are in a different position in this lobby, they can actually go for it. Now onto the 9th lap. The race goes on to be having a continued conclusion. Just gonna have to slide it down after taking turn 1 and turn 2. Going slight left at turn 3 will might go perfectly remarkable on the inside. But however, the whole group in this area before taking on the 4th turn is going to be coming right back in as a formation group to do some more slipstream. Taking on the next turn at the right, going right back at the hairpin section. This is going to get a lot of more inside formation that no one else won't make a mistake to be preventing a spin out. Better keep an eye out for a yellow flag signal. Will be taking alert. They still go for it. 12th and 11th place driver are going in to take the battle at the last turn in sector 3. Just going to keep going straight forward, and it looks like we have PTY Manuel is in 3rd place. But it looks like where his partner Mario's is now going in from 4th place. I bet this one might have to take one step of chance to see how back row to Philly is still tries to stay in the lead, but the tires could probably might need to take some requirement step. So we're in the 10th lap, only 10 more to go. This race could probably have to take some fine struggle out there whenever each capability will have to perform. But still goes on in 13th place for UDRS. But we have one driver who will be coming out at the pits, And we have Burnt Mexican 215 in the McLaren 650S GT3 is coming out. This is going to be the perfect time for a reunion to remember since taking part from the last seasons, including the Nations Cup. Just going to have to keep focused forward. Just going to have to slide it in onto the next turn. Tech Head 63 in the Porsche 911 RSR is going in to be at the hairpin sections. Very good. Just try to stay focused onto the three drivers. Tech Head 83 going straight forward at the third hairpin. Now let's take a good look on the two drivers by Enter the Pits. Very good guess. Hard Racing Compound tires was the only guess. I bet this one might have to go opposite, people. This is going to be an opposite required tires we'll be stepping in, so maybe soft racing compound tires or medium racing could probably have to take a little bit more strategy work. But it takes work of having a lot of racing events Will might need to come up specifically. They bet they really need to do a lot of more work to do. Now, 9 more laps to go. Currently in 11th place for UDRS after taking on the outside turn at turn 1 to be careful to be needed, but still gets a little bit more closer to catch up onto Tech Head 83 in the Porsche 911 RSR, and here's Cayenne Films in 9th place to be in the scene at the far distance. Just gonna have to going in at sector 2, just stay on it. The battle of 9th place is going in on the way. But looks like Tech Head 83 just barely took a penalty by mistake. 0.5 seconds. This is going to be the usual count. So be remembered, you guys. This is going to be a lot of risky careful at the flying corner before coming in at sector 2. There you go. Looks like this is going to get a little bit more side by side out there. Cayenne Films is now taking 10th place while Tech Head 83 is in 9th place, but still takes the effect of the penalty by 0.5 seconds. Looks like Mercedes-Benz is going after Porsche to be going in at the final corner in sector 3. But this is going to give a 1 grand appearance for UDRS. Will have to take it up a notch. Gonna have to go faster. Will have to push its limits. Keep going in. Looks like this is going to be having that slipstream. Going in side by side before moving on to lap number 12. And it's going to get a little bit more challenging out there. Looks like Cayenne Films is now sliding in at turn 1. That's the ticket. That's more like it. And oh, that was so close. UDRS was almost barely had that chance at turn 1 at turn 2. While Mercedes-Benz take the defense, will be pushing right back. Now Tech Head 83 is now taking the quick recovery by crossing the penalty line. So it looks like this is going to be taking a little bit much far over for Cayenne Films in the Mercedes-Benz. But wait, we have another company out there. Burnt Mexican 215 in the McLaren is now on the scene. This is going to get a little bit more interesting, folks. Burnt Mexican is about to pass UDRS to a different position, so going in on the defense is going to get a lot of struggle for Fives a Crowd to be going on for the separate distance. Just going to going in at the third hairpin. Oh boy, it looks like he's going for it. Burnt Mexican is making a pass, and oh man, it looks like this is going to get a little bit more careful out there. That was so close. That was utterly so close. I cannot believe it. That was so intense. This is going to be pretty tough out there. I mean, looks like Ellen Euro in the Jaguar F-Type is now going forward to pushing in. Looks like he's going in on the rush, but that is pretty tough to see how Jaguar could probably have to take the art of performance. No one else would never see that coming, but this is going to be shocking to see this kind of a first round of this race. Going forward to take the 13th lap, and looks like back road to Philly is now taking 7th place, and hold on, looks like Ellen Euro in the Jaguar F-Type is still trying to take a little bit more far aggressive to catch up onto Mercedes-Benz in 8th place. This is going to be a supercharged effort out there before coming in at the 4th corner. Looks like Helene Films is now taking a little bit slow down, and looks like Jaguar is now going forward to take the faster limits, will go on the aggressive. And UTRS Insport Tech of the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 is going in by the pursuit. But no matter how this race might have to go on, but this is going to be very difficult for the first round in this year, folks. I wonder this might have to go on for the 2021 series. This has to find out. So we have an update on the fastest lap. Per Island, or in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3, the Canadian driver just took the fastest lap for only 1 minute and 32.313 seconds. Brilliant out there to see how he can do it. Looks like this is going to be taking one best chance to see how he can do it to be on. And luckily, on to the last minute, the third place driver, one of the PTY team, Jay Marios, is now going in onto third place to catch up onto ARG Koto in second place. So now 6 more laps to go. Everybody is still trying to heat it up to get themselves a little bit sweaty whenever they try to stay focused onto the race. Meanwhile, Burnt_Mexican 215 in the McLaren 650S GT3 passes me. So this is going to get a little bit more slipstream. We'll close in by the gap by only 0.5 seconds. Now coming forward back in onto Sector 2. Kellyanne Films in the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3 is getting closer onto my current position at 9th place. But still, this is going to get a little bit more usual defense that I really need to come up with. But it takes a lot of hard work to be dealing with the inside corners of the apex. They can still try to go on and on to be ongoing to be as always. But so far, looks like this is going to get one more pit stop remaining. ARG Koto is now going into the pits. Followed by PTY Jamaros is now as well. So this is going to have one last call to switch in onto a different compound tires. But I bet running out of options is going to be the only way for several GT players out there in this lobby might have to go on until the last stand will actually begin. Now, looks like this is going to be taking one last chance to go hard with racing compound tires. Everybody is still trying to go on to see it, while PTYJ Marios will have to go left behind, while its partner, PTY Manuel, is now going in to take the lead. I hope his teammate could probably have to be avenged when taking the first place driver will go forward to win. Grandpa's CXCK is now going in at second place, followed by El Ren Euro is now taking third place. Now several drivers are now finishing up onto the refuel by recommend. Now it's the time to pit out by only 12 seconds that this is going to be quite giving some decimals to be added by the numbers. So let's get back into action, and looks like this is going to be 15th place for UTRS. RF4417 in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 is going in to take Sector 2 at the fourth corner. Now, PTY Manuel is in the pits for one more time. I hope its teammate might have to do a little bit standby to be in the regroup formation, but looks like Grandpa CXCK is now going in the same. Just going to keep going forward. Just make a good focus to deal with the Aston. It looks like the Mexican driver, Damien22 ALC, is now coming in to catch up onto FARGT Mito G56 is now going in onto 16th place. But that might have 7.9 seconds, almost 8 seconds behind. That might have two regional players will have to take plenty more steps, will catch up to each other. Now this is going to get a little bit more pit out to see several drivers will be doing one more step, but that might give a verified check for proceed forward without taking a 1 minute penalty. Back wheel to Philly is now in the pits, so this might have a racing soft compound tires to be need to switch, and it's all good. Just going to keep going down at turn 1 and turn 2. Going in at turn 3. I bet everybody is still trying to keep up, but this is going to get a little bit more harder out there for the first 5 quarters of this race on this day. 4 more to go. Just going to have to keep a good eyes out on the number of laps, but this is going to get over endurance to see how far we can reach up by over 20-30 minutes. Just keep on racing to stay clean. Just stay competitive to do much harder as we can. So once again, PTY Manuel is now back in the lead, but this is going to be quite doing well out there for its partner. J Marios is now going right back in onto 3rd place. GTA RG Koto is now going in onto 2nd place once again, but man, looks like this is going to be pretty good to see how these 3 drivers in a different region can do it. Many American drivers, including Canadians, are still actually tried their best to keep going at it. But the struggle is very challenging for this first round. But I hope it might have to keep it forever, but different precision will always goes on. 3 more laps to go. Things are about to get a little bit sweaty out here, but this is going to get much further in different positions. Just going to keep going to catch up onto RF4417 in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1. It looks like Burnt Mexican 215 just barely took the fastest lap by 1 minute and 31.359 seconds. Incredible out there. He's going at it with his McLaren 650S, but he can probably do the best running skills for doing the play of the game in GT Sports. But everybody is still trying their best to be in Autodromo De Interlagos, the most finest racetrack in Brazil. Perfectly for every Brazilian Gran Turismo players out there who did perfectly to be master on the track. Just gonna have to close into the gap. Hairpin. It looks like this is gonna get a little bit more close in for RF4417. UDRS might go a little bit harder. Now, this is going to take the last corner for Aston Martin, and Chevrolet will have to take the battle for 13th place. Just going to get closer, do that slipstream, and now he's going into the pits. That will put me in onto 13th place. 2 more laps to go. The top 3 drivers in the different region is going in to take the best motivation step. I hope PTY J Marios is still trying to catch up to its teammates, but still going in to deal with GTA RG Koto in 2nd place. That might take the desperate measures, calls for strategy measures. I bet this is going to be a most wonderful, excellent teamwork out there for these 2 players. But I bet J Marios could probably have to stay on track to keep focusing to reach up in 2nd place to follow up with his partner. The tires are getting a little bit much motivation maintained out there, but the fuel is still actually to be getting closer towards 25% remaining. Only 2 more laps to go for the top 3 drivers. PTY Manuel is still going at it to take the 1st place right position while waiting for its partner to try to catch up with him. But it's going to get a little bit more farther strategies to see how 2 PTYs could probably have to come up with it. But still, for the 3rd place driver is trying to make its ways to catch up onto GTA RG Koto in 2nd place. This is going to get much interesting to see how PTY could probably might be the best perfect racing skill of an opportunity whenever one of them will have to take the 1st place to avenge its teammate. Lap 19 is on its way, but it's also going to take 13th position for UDRS, since taking a lot of effort of strategies will have to take much further notice. Just going to have to keep going. Only 6.6 seconds to catch up onto Colleen Films in the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3. Just gonna keep going on the hard left at sector 2. Step that apex, avoid the penalty. Everybody is still trying to do their best, and hold on, looks like we have a yellow flag detected. White side drive is now actually having some problems. Looks like the Ford Mustang just lost control of its grip. Maybe this is going to be quite good to take a look at the instant replay. This is pretty intense for white side drive. I bet he might need to be very more careful with the rest of the group. Otherwise, that late braking is weak spot. But just gonna have to be very careful, you guys. If I enter the hairpin section of the track, just gonna make sure this is might need to have a good maintained formation to be suitable as a group. So here comes the final lap, folks. The top 3 driver is going in. PTY Manuel is going in to take home the podium, while PTY J Marios is still actually trying to catch up onto GTA RG Koto in 2nd place. Better race up the banners. This is going to be pretty good. Everybody is cheering for PTY Manuel will be taking home the podium. I hope this is going to be quite doing well to see it. This region is going to be pretty excellent to see how Manuel of PTY could probably have to reach forward, so better have to race up the checker flag. This is going to be good. This is going to be pretty good and excellent. Keep an eye out. Looks like he's going in at the final corner. 56 seconds onto the gap distance since I'm in 12th place. That might take that good podium finish. And there you have it, folks. PTY Manuel takes the win. PTY Manuel takes the win in the first round of the 2021 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series. What an excellent race out there, folks. Manuel of PTY takes the win. That is awesome and brilliant. GTA RG Koto took 2nd place, and looks like PTY J Marios has did pretty good job in 3rd place. What an excellent race. I mean, what an excellent race. That is super fantastic. So it was super fantastic to see it. This is going to be the first ever round of this race in the Manufacturer Series, folks. We got 2 drivers have finally made it into the top 3 position. 1st and 3rd place for PTY. Now that's excellent. That was excellent. Good job, people. Good job for taking a good, successful race at the finish line. So far, so good. We only see several players with the red dot penalty to be marked, but it might have to do it again at any time. So let's just have to scroll down to see it. Well, looks like no 1-minute penalty detected. Looks like we only have Per Island Aura just took 1 second. So looks like this is going to be having a results confirmed. But looks like it just took 4 point race entries, but this is going to be having a single star earned for doing a clean race. But yeah, this one might have 43 points to be earned, but I know it is going to be doing a lot of hard work to master Interlagos track, but it is pretty brilliant on the Brazilian racetrack. Just going to go and grab some earnings, and looks like this is going to be pretty perfect. PTY, Manuel, and J Marios did a good job for taking the top 3 finish. It looks like GTA RG Koto did a good job to be in 2nd place, so this is going to be a good moment out there to congratulations to the 3 of them. But this is pretty good to be part of the racing highlights, and for the most fastest lap for Burnt Mexican 215 in the McLaren 650S GT3 by 1 minute and 31.359 seconds. That was incredible out there in lap 16. But looks like this is doing a great job for 2 drivers. PTY did a great best, but it might have to be ready to move on for the next race. But I hope it might take the alternate segments that this is going to be quite doing possible whenever it's going to have to see it. That was a tough race out there, folks. Racing at Autodromo De Interlagos in the first round of the 2021 Exhibition Series of the Manufacturer Series was giving a one tough start before we will move on to the next race. We'll be taking part in Dragon Trail Seaside for the Group 4 category. The first round is down, only 5 more to go, but this race will be taking part on every Wednesdays. Nations Cup will be taking part on Saturdays, so I hope this might have to do a lot of practice before we will get started to be organized by the schedule. But this might have some changes onto my channel intro and outro, so I hope you guys like it. This might have some differences. Might be going for the update to my YouTube channel, so this might have to get ready to move on, and we will get everything settled in to proceed forward for the next race. I hope you really enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. You can follow me on Instagram, DeviantArt, and GT Planet whenever you want. Livery blog videos are available to watch anytime, and don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the Manufacturer Series of the 2021 Exhibition Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.